I'm starting the 75 soft challenge, and I thought, what better way to hold myself accountable than to vlog it and bring you guys along with me. So, surprise! That's why we're here. I know I haven't posted on this channel in quite a while, but I am very excited to be back. If you don't know of 75 hard or 75 soft, basically it is a wellness, health, fitness challenge that you complete for 75 days straight. 75 hard is the really difficult version, and then the 75 soft is a little bit easier, but definitely still a challenge. I went with the 75 soft because I wanted this to be something that could actually help me build healthy habits, and I knew that by doing the 75 hard it would be too difficult and it just wasn't sustainable for me. And so if I did it after the 75 days, I would probably break all the habits and get into a worse routine because I was so sick and tired of doing all that for 75 days. For the 75 soft, there are some base rules, but you are kind of allowed to make your own, which is fun. So I tried to stick to the base rules as best as possible, but I definitely kind of added a little bit of my own twist. The most important thing to know is that this challenge has to be completed for 75 days straight. Meaning, if I don't follow one of the rules or miss something one day, the calendar restarts and I have to start back again from day one, which is terrifying to me, and I absolutely cannot let that happen. So I actually did this on purpose. So today is November 24th, and 75 days from today is February 6th. My 22nd birthday is February 7th. And I don't want to be doing this on my birthday. So I have done this perfectly timed so that if I start today, I'll be done the day before my birthday. And that also means that I literally cannot mess up one single day because I can't restart, because then I'll have to do it on my birthday. So that is the number one way that I am motivating myself to do this. In order to track all of this and keep it organized and ensure that I'm following all my rules every single day, I actually made a Notion for it, which was so fun. If you don't know Notion, it is basically an app or an online program where you can, honestly, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can do anything, but I kind of made this little tracker sheet, basically a little tracker template. And I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think it's definitely going to help keep me motivated because I can check things off every single day and I can kind of keep track of where I'm at. Here is what my Notion looks like. It is so cutie patootie, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I have a bunch of different sections here that I will kind of take you into detail. So I have my rules outlined here, and then I have this kind of daily checklist. So that way I can kind of go through, and throughout the day I can check in and see how I'm doing, how well I've done. And so we're going to check off what I've done today. So far, I have done my 45-minute workout. I am halfway through my water, halfway through my vitamins, and my day's almost done, and so far I've done healthy eating great. So these should all be checked off, but I'm not going to do it until I have fully completed them. But then I have kind of a more detailed one in here. So I also have the days kind of lined out, but then I have more details. So like if I go into here and I open this one up, I have how many water bottles, so I can check this off for today. So today I'm drinking out of my Pink Bow one, and I have drank one, and I've drank two. I am on my third now. So now that's kind of checked off. I can follow it along throughout the day. And then I also have my vitamins. So if I open up here, I kind of have the ones written down. Oh, let's not move that I need to take. And so I'm taking those. So I will do that today. And then if I get out of here, that's kind of it. If I wanted to, I could kind of lay out what workouts I did each day. That would be kind of fun. Maybe that's something I can add in. And then for healthy eating, maybe here's where I can add in tracking some of my food. Maybe this is where my food journal goes. That's actually a fantastic idea. So maybe I should do that. But yeah, I don't know how to get out of this thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. There we go. So yeah, and then this is where I can kind of check off what I completed. So I kind of already said that. Anyways, but then here I have my calendar, and this is kind of fun. I have it laid out all the days so that I can see it more visually. And then I have the halfway point, which is actually New Year's Eve, which is actually really fun. I didn't realize that till just a second, but I like that that's New Year's Eve. And then I have my final day, day 75, and then my birthday. So I think that is super fun. I have my healthy eating rules here so that I can follow them along. I've got my goals that I can check off once I complete them all. And then here's kind of fun. So I made this sort of notes section. And so this is where I can kind of write down like, oh, this week, this is what went really well. This week, like, you know, I found it really easy to eat healthy, but I had a hard time going to the gym because I was still recovering from being sick, so I didn't have a lot of energy. That sort of thing. I can kind of lay out important notes. So yeah, anyways, that is my Notion. I think she's so cutie patootie. If you have any questions about this specifically or about Notion in general, let me know. I absolutely love it, and I could not live without Notion. So my rules for this challenge are: one 45-minute workout 6 times a week. I have to read 10 pages of a book, drink 3 liters of water, which I am so scared for. I feel like that's gonna be the hardest, and I feel like I'm gonna drown, but hopefully not. Take vitamins. This is not in the usual 75 soft or hard challenge, but I am actually like prescribed a bunch of vitamins from literally my doctor, and I literally have to take them every day, and I am so bad at it. And I know that I will just feel better overall if I just take my vitamins. So I have a section for that where I can kind of track which vitamins I've taken and make sure that I'm taking them all every single day. And then the last one is follow healthy eating habits. This is a huge part of the 75-day challenges, is kind of following a diet or a sort of food plan. I did this very differently. I do not want to be strict on food for myself whatsoever. I know that is a very slippery slope, and I also know how much joy food brings me in my everyday life, and there is no reason for me to take that away from myself. I also should preface this that the reason I'm doing this has nothing to do with like body image. I don't really want to look different at the end of this necessarily. Like, that's not the goal of it. The goal of it is just to feel healthier and feel better from the inside out. So that is why I kind of did the healthy eating habits that I did. My rules are: no fast food, balanced meals, eating whole foods whenever possible, being mindful of how many sugary drinks I have every day, so like energy drinks, coffee, trying not to exceed 1 per day, but that's not necessarily a limit. It's just being mindful, you know what I mean? Like, if I already had an energy drink, maybe I don't need to make an iced coffee. That sort of thing. Limiting sugar before bed and first thing in the morning. This is something I really want to do because I tend to really have trouble with breakfasts, and that's a huge thing I want to work on during this challenge. And instead of kind of eating breakfast, I find myself just snacking on whatever's available, which is sometimes cookies, sometimes little like chocolatey granola bars, that sort of thing, instead of actually setting myself up for success for my day and eating a healthy breakfast. So that's kind of what I want to do, is limit sugar first thing in the morning and right before bed. Obviously, I'm gonna have my little sweet treat, my little dessert after dinner, but maybe not having it like in bed and then falling asleep. You know what I mean? That's not good for any part of my body, especially not my teeth. So that's something that I want to work on. I have meal planning and prepping. So kind of like what I just mentioned about breakfast, but in general, I'm really bad at having meals. I'll kind of just snack on things all day long, and that's not good. It's not sustaining me. It's not making me feel good or have energy for the day. So I want to work on actually planning my meals ahead of time, and if I can, by the end of this, get into meal prepping, which would be huge, but it's something that I'm really terrible at. So I'm not saying I have to, but it's something that I kind of want to work towards. This last rule is very niche and very specific to me, but it is: find out what foods make me sick. Basically, right now, I am dealing with several kind of small health issues, and a lot of foods I am reacting really badly to, but I don't know what foods yet. So a part of this challenge for me is going to be really focusing on what I'm eating, maybe keeping a food journal, maybe kind of tracking the meals that I'm eating and the ingredients that are in them, so that way I can kind of pick apart what is actually making me not feel good. So I already know that I am lactose intolerant, and that has made a huge difference in the foods that I eat and how I feel. I feel so much better now that I know that. I don't feel like sick every single day. But I think gluten is also an issue. I've taken tests, but I'm not celiac and I'm not gluten intolerant, but I still think it's making me sick. So during this challenge, I am going to do 2 weeks where I go completely gluten-free. But that's going to take a lot of planning to get the right foods, ingredients. That's going to be a lot of meal planning and prepping. So we're going to do that during the 75 days. One thing I should mention is I am just recovering from being sick for a while, so obviously I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. So I'm definitely going to be keeping it more chill these next few days, but I can still be completing the challenge. I'm just not going to push myself super hard because I need to recover, but a lot of these things are actually going to help me recover. Eating well, drinking water, moving my body, all that kind of stuff is going to help me, but it's just going to be a little bit more chill for this next like week. And then I have some goals for when this challenge is finished. So basically for my birthday, this is what I want. I want to have completed the 75 soft. I want to push my limit. I kind of want to see what I'm capable of mentally and physically. I do want to see a visible change in my body. There's not like anything specific that I want to see. It's not like I'm trying to lose weight or gain weight or grow a bunch of muscle, but just like see that I look healthier, if that makes sense. I want there to be a change in my eating habits. This is a huge one. I want to naturally be eating better. So I really hope that by the end of this, by my birthday, I'm not craving fast food and I actually want to eat something healthy for my birthday. I want to have completed a book, which seems really simple, but I'm in the worst reading slump of my life. I've been reading the same book since I think last winter. So almost a year. And it's just like a regular book. I don't understand what's wrong with me. I cannot sit down and read. My brain is all over the place. I have too many things in my mind all the time. So I just want to at least finish this book, which reading 10 pages a day, I should finish it soon. I'm like halfway through it. But I just wanted to at least put that on there that I want to complete a book. And then my last goal is having stronger willpower and motivation. I feel like I have the worst like willpower and I will give up like literally right away. I just don't care. But this is going to really force me to stick with something and push through even on the days I don't want to. And I hope that I can just kind of continue that after the 75 days and just bring that into my everyday life. Okay, well that is kind of my recap, my roundup of my plan for the next 75 days. Also, I am going to be doing some short form content over on my TikTok, so make sure to follow me on there so that you can kind of follow me along throughout the days. I don't really know my plan for this for vlogging. I might do it once a week. I might do it once a month, just a little touch base. I don't know. We are just going to kind of see where this challenge takes us. If you guys have any questions about 75 soft or what I'm doing or 75 hard, any questions you have, just leave them in the comments below. I hope you guys will stick with me and push me to finish this challenge. Right now, I'm kind of nervy about being able to finish it, but I think I can do it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time.